the rat race, bro. We're just a bunch of crackheads.
Dang, that's a bar.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you cook. Keep going.
No, we're just a bunch of crackheads with the low to mid level income or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we're chasing these things that's not getting us nowhere, and we're burning out.
Dang.
And we're not going nowhere. Like, it's just what it is. What is happening, people? Welcome back to Be More to Do More podcast, where we help you to become the person you need to become to do the things you're called to do. Your boy Tone in the building. And
so Tone, culture exec is here.
You know
Henry A. Harden.
the what?
The third.
Man,
Don't forget the 3.
what? You already know.
Let's go, man.
Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro.
Let's go.
Hey, man, we got a good one today.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, because we was having a conversation, man. We're doing our branding.
Yeah.
Shout out to the brand guru,
Yeah.
brand new consulting group. That's Jarvis Relaford, man. And we've been asked the question about
One of the questions that was asked was, how do they feel about their job?
oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, and I think our answer was what was the answer? You got the answer right.
It was,
You got the answer.
they love what they do.
Uh-huh.
A bit challenging, but they love the challenge.
And you asked a very important question.
Yep.
And that question was, and I think, hold on, let
Yeah.
me set the stage for this question, because I think this question sets the foundation for, how you are operating and what you do now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we asked numerous of questions about, how to get people to do this or inspire people to do this in leadership. But the question that you're about to ask is going to bring everything home, I feel like.
Yeah.
You ready?
Dang, that was a lot of pressure. I kind of forgot.
Nah.
I kind of forgot the question I was going to ask.
The question was, how do people feel about their job?
Yeah.
Our answer was a bit challenging.
Yeah.
They love
what they do.
They love what they do. A bit challenging,
Yep.
but they love the challenge.
They love the challenge.
And the question you asked was,
Do they really love what they do? How many people are in the job that they really love?
right,
Or that in purpose with what they're going?
right.
Like, how many people really do that?
Yeah, that was a good question.
And I think before we can, I think our audience is people that are in what they love to do or whatever, right?
Right.
But before we tackle that piece,
Right.
I figured, we figured it would just be a better, or it'd be do some service to talk about what does it look like being purposeful in your career,
That's
or
true.
choosing a career that's purposeful for where you want to be at.
This takes me back to, I forgot what episode this was. We had this 20-minute conversation about my banking career. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we was talking about something, burning out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. We was talking about burning out in your career.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the question you asked, I think it's the foundation to that too. Like, cause I think I said this. I said I burn out plenty of times when it comes to like editing the pods and all that. But my burnout is like, it's not like, man, I quit. I don't want to do this no more because I love it.
Right.
I love what I do. But the burnout was like, dang, man, I'm running out of answers. I don't know what to do. Like, how much energy do I need to put into knowing what to do? I'm running out of answers here. You know what I mean? Even though I produce podcasts here at APAP, but I'm running out of ideas. I'm running out of answers, and that's where the burnout comes. But it's not prohibiting me to quit, if that makes sense. It's not causing me to want to quit. It's really driving me more to want to find out what the answer is.
Yeah.
But I do remember there was a point of time in my career where I would burn out and just don't care. Like, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this no more. You know what I mean? Because of that very question you just asked. And the question was, do you really love what you do, or are you in your purpose of what you are doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then you did say something. I think you said something on that other pod. I'm going to get off this rant. I'm going to cut back to you. But I forgot what pod. I'm gonna put it somewhere here, somewhere. But you did mention just finding purpose in what you're doing, and we had a conversation. I said I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I guess I will.
Okay.
About my career path, right?
Okay.
When I was in banking, I had the wrong career path because I didn't know my purpose. So it caused me to burn out quickly and easily to get like unfocused. What's the word for unfocused?
Distracted.
I can't say I wasn't distracted. I just wasn't focused.
Okay.
I wasn't focused on it. I didn't want to focus.
Okay.
I was disconnected from what I was
Disengaged.
doing. Disengaged. That's what I was looking for. I was disengaged, man, because I wasn't in my purpose, and every day felt like a drag, and I was drained because I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. But yeah, man. So the question is, how many people love what they do, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the piece, right? Like, do you even know what you're called to do? You know, because right, because we help people become the person they need to become to do the things they're called to do, but you got to be called to do something before you can become something, right? Like,
also, man, sounds like a sermon.
Oh, hey, look at that! Look at that!
Wait, go ahead, bro.
Look at that! That's how it goes. That's how it come to you, huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Final hour. But nah, man, I think that there's some clarity that needs to happen,
right?
In people's lives to be able to get there, but I think a lot of the people are kind of maybe past that point. I think they kind of know what they are called to do. They feel like they know. So now it's just about getting to that role. And I'm gonna start with the lyric of the day.
Hold on.
What a good week.
There we go.
All right.
From
Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
Right. Lyric of the week comes from Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
And a man of purpose.
All right.
Right. And he asks in this song, dedication. He says, "How long should I stay dedicated? How long to opportunity meet preparation?"
Wow.
And what it reminds me of is when I think about a little story time too. We got a little story time.
Wait.
Story time. So, and I feel like I've told this story before, but we got a lot of new listeners, so I'm gonna say it again. So,
okay.
When I was looking to become a better business owner, an entrepreneur, I realized my wife came and she was like, "All right, you gotta figure this out, because what you got going on right now, like, I know you're trying to do your entrepreneur thing and you want to do this, but you got to figure something else out." Right. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem, whatever, right? And but whatever I was going to like apply it,
right?
I knew I needed to be somewhere that was in line with my entrepreneur goals. Right. So my first place I applied to was Office Depot.
Okay.
Did you know that I worked at Office Depot?
No.
Okay.
You worked at Office Depot?
I worked at Office Depot.
How long?
3 months.
Okay.
3 months.
So
I had a guy I graduated with.
Okay.
At the Fort Valley State University. He was already working there. He told me it's about sales and
right.
And when I was in my network marketing days, you needed to meet people. Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, people are coming to the store. Right. Not only I'm going to sell them this technology or whatever, I'm gonna also hit them with this coffee sample, right? I was like, okay, let's go right in line with what I wanted to do, right? Right. So I was like, okay, cool. So I started working there, and it was good. Like it was. I enjoyed it. It was great. Mm-hmm. It was competitive. Like me and a couple other guys
selling at Office Depot.
Yeah.
What are you selling?
So at that time when people bought a printer, let's say they bought a printer, right? Right. Well, you had to sell pretty much like the warranty. They go with it. Okay. So, and you got a percentage of those sales whenever you sold the warranty.
Oh, okay.
So, So so we would all compete, right? Who gonna sell the most and all that, right? Because I'm a competitive person, right?
Yeah, we know.
So very more competitive than collaborative, I guess. But so yeah, man. So that our first job that I had, right, was in alignment with where I saw myself going,
Right.
And that opportunity led me to another opportunity, which is where I'm at now, right? And it was, it was one of those things where, okay, dang. So, and I had another homeboy or colleague or whatever, right? That was working here,
Right.
and I remember him saying because he started right after we graduated in like May.
Right.
I ain't start till like August or whatever.
Right.
So, so I hit him up and just kind of asked him about it because I had already applied or whatever. He was telling me about it. Boom, boom. I was like, okay, cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once I realized, I was like, dang, so y'all gonna pay me to teach me how to run a business?
Interesting.
Because I realized as an entrepreneur, I didn't have the skill set
Right.
to be a successful entrepreneur.
Right. Right.
So I started with that company, and I've been there ever since, right? Because at the end of the day, man, like whatever you're choosing, it's just how I personally feel, right?
Right.
And I'm a thought leader. Don't forget
My
that.
boy,
All
thought leader out
Thought
here.
leader. But
You should have gave me them thoughts a long time ago, bro. I'd probably be further along, man. Go ahead, bro. I'm listening. I'm listening, though. I'm listening.
but
You didn't tell me this a long time ago. I'm out here chasing paper, not purpose. That was my problem. Man, go ahead. Though.
so I end up I forgot what I was going with this, but so
My bad. You started at your gig,
but like
and your purpose aligned with your career.
Yeah, purpose line. So I'm a thought leader. Right? I'm a thought leader right here. Right. Mm-hmm. So whatever you're doing, whatever you decide to do for your profession,
right,
should align with your purpose.
That's true.
Right. And what you'll notice is what you'll notice. And I heard somebody say this. I was like, oh, this is a bar. What you'll notice is your vocation, right? Meaning that the things that you do every day.
I just studied that in scripture today. Wow.
Your vocation becomes your vacation.
Oh.
So like even when you are hard, you're hard at work. You're like, that's why I never really get burnt out with what I do every day.
Because you love it.
Because it's dang near, because it's so in line with who I am.
Right.
Now the only time I do get burnt out on it is when I have other people around me that are not in tune with, and that affects me a little bit, right?
Right.
But as far as the it itself, like it's so in line with what I want to do and what I see, like,
because your life is pretty much surrounding by it. So like everything
100%.
you do is adding to what you do at work.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Like what you listen to.
Yep.
What you read. All of that.
Oh, it's
the movies you watch.
Yeah.
Right.
A Bad Boy is pretty good, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a 360 deal.
Right.
It's like that's what it is, though, right? Like,
oh man,
it's a 360 deal.
Yeah.
Everything that is around you.
I like that.
It flows all into who you're supposed to be.
Dang. But you know what though? And I look at your life, and you probably shouldn't do this. And I compare my life to your life. Nah, real talk. And I see the difference. I mean, I've been preaching purpose like for years, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put this out on the table now that I have a problem.
Okay.
And I'm currently rehabilitating.
Okay.
And the problem is chasing paper. To be real with you, man, the problem is chasing paper. And it wasn't until a few years ago I realized that, you know how you can talk about purpose?
Yeah.
And you can say all these things, like, I should be aligned with purpose. I should do what I should be doing or whatever. But at the end of the day, your heart is set on paper. You want the money. Of course, we need the money. We get that. But there always been an underlying addiction for me chasing money. And I don't know if it came from, my career in the streets. I don't know if it came from that.
I love you put that, my career in the streets.
Yeah, I don't my career path in the streets, I don't know. And I kind of try to bring it over to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Even when
it was entrepreneurship.
I mean, yeah, but it's different, man. Like, the more I learn about entrepreneurship, I learned that, the game is profit, but that's the game, but that's not the purpose of it. The purpose is serving, because you have to be a service to the marketplace. You just have to. If you're in it to serve yourself with paper or money, then you're not going to go far. You know what I mean? Even in your own internal dialogue, or even in your own internal being, you're not going to go far, because you're going to burn out, because you're chasing something. It's like being a crackhead, bro. Like, is that political? Politically?
It's working today. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Bring it on.
It's like being a crackhead, bro. Like, if you notice, crackheads, they spend all day, every day, looking for crack.
Dang.
Like, that is their job.
Okay.
Looking for crack.
Okay.
Every day, all day. But they're not getting anywhere, because they're not serving anybody. Their purpose is to feed themselves and to get that high. You know what I mean? That's what money is. Like, when you get, that, you know what I mean? Like, that check hit. Whoo, that feels good. You know what I mean? Let me go burn it, and then come Monday, burn out again.
Dang.
You know what I mean? It's like that high. The rat race, bro. We're just a bunch of crackheads.
Dang, that's a bar.
Yeah, I'm
gonna let you cook. Keep going.
No, we're just a bunch of crackheads. With the mid to what do you call it? Low to mid level income or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we're chasing these things that is not getting us nowhere, and we're burning out.
Dang.
And we're not going nowhere. Like, it's just what it is. But then when you start living in purpose, you're not only living in a supply that's everlasting, or a supply that is it's a supply because the supply comes from God. He put you here for a purpose. And that's an abundance, right? You'll never run out of that. Jesus said, I came to give life and that more abundantly. See, people, they don't think spiritual. You know what I mean? We when we think about these scriptures, we think about money too. That's that drug again. But what he's telling you, I've given you an unlimited supply to utilize for your purpose. You know what I mean? So when you're walking in purpose, you're working from the abundance, from an unlimited source of I want to say assets, internal assets. So I don't know what to call it, but you're working from an unlimited source to serve people, and then in return they sow into you, and then in return you sow into them. So that's an everlasting cycle,
right?
That will get you to a place that you want to be in, where you're no longer burning out, because you're working from an unlimited source. You're no longer, running to dead ends because you're serving people. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I 1000% agree with you.
Right.
That was a crazy comparison, though.
Crackhead.
That was I didn't know you was going down, but that was
man.
It was good, because how many of us are chasing money, right? And I know it's a very I don't know, shocking comparison, but
no, it is.
That's the reality, though. It's the same energy.
Yeah,
same energy.
It is the same, and that's what it is. I think it's easier for me to put, because you see it, right?
Yeah.
And you see it all day. They just looking to see if somebody drop crack. That's how we do with money, man. We're chasing it constantly. And that's why
I definitely be walking around and be like, I found $20 at Sam's the other week. I was like,
what?
It was just flowing. I was like, oh, shoot me, get that. Now they can see that.
I still be looking now too.
Yeah,
but
I'd be happy if I found a quarter on the ground. I don't know. It's how I'm wired, I guess, right? Because as a kid, whatever. But
it's that again. It's like crack, bro. It's that high, bro.
Yeah. Dang.
It's a high. You feel me? That's why, God said you can't serve the Lord and mammon. It's a high, bro, that we're chasing. We can, now, am I saying that we're not supposed to live in that? If y'all hear what I'm saying, then y'all would hear the abundance in what I'm saying. You hear me? I'm not saying we should be poor, but what I'm saying is we shouldn't be chasing.
Right.
You know what I mean? After these things, because we're gonna end up burning out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
you should chase purpose, right? And and especially like with the spiritual side that you said, right? And I think that's what really like. And again, we talked about this before, but like a little bit, but that's what really made me, start, wanting to be able to do this podcast with you, right? Because like, I realized that spiritually, there's some correlations with what we do every day.
Yeah.
And, and I know there's some people out there that could really be able to use these, maybe managerial or leadership principles, whatever.
Right.
But also with the spiritual backing. Yeah. And it's crazy, brother. It's crazy, right? Because like, it's kind of weird, I guess, when we think about it. Because like, I kind of become that like it's because we always when we started this, we always talked about how
we're number two.
We're number twos, right? Like we're not like
you're a podcaster.
Yeah, like now I'm a podcaster. Like people look at me as like the podcast guy, right? In my vocation, right? Like it's weird, like because I don't really I know our purpose of doing this is like to bring a talent and whatever and but. And I think it's crazy though because
that's wild.
And I have so many things I want to say because I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go with it first. Because I talked about skill set earlier on in the conversation.
Mm.
Even like I pursued this career I'm in now for skill set. Right. And I built on that skill set. I still don't feel like I'm nowhere near where I want to be in my skill set. Right. But because of following that, right, that led us here to podcasting, and it's like, okay, we're number twos, right? But we're building the skill set to become a player.
Yeah, that's true.
And like people are like, it's kind of interesting, or I ain't gonna say weird, but like it's just it's very different. Yeah. For people to like, dang, yeah, like I story time, I guess.
Wait. Story time. There we go.
So sometimes people make jokes, right? Like, podcast or whatever, right? Because, podcasting, whatever, right? Right. And it's cool. I don't really trip on it, but some people you see all the time, they're like, how's that podcast going, right? Or like it's just I don't know, and I can't tell if they being genuine or they like just trolling me. I think they trolling me. That's just my my pessimistic
competitiveness, MJ mentality. Yeah, go ahead.
But so I was down at this location. We had a meeting, and so I go to this new facility that we just built. Right. And we had to go see a couple people that used to work with us that transitioned to a different division of our company. Right. And we just just chopping up whatever, and like, oh, hey, have you met these people? Like this is my manager, my new manager. Like, hey, this is because I'm with Vo and Kevin. Right. And so introduce ourselves. Hey, boom, Kevin introduce himself, Vo introduce herself, and I introduce myself. I'm like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I know you. I was like, you know me? Like, yeah. Like, he's like, wow. He's like, yeah, man, you got some really good stuff on your LinkedIn, man. I love what you're doing. Wow. And I was like, dang. Wow. Because you just don't think about it that. Wow. And it's kind of weird because I understand I'm a B player. Yeah. Like I'm a number two. Right. But it's like I'm getting A types. Because our information is good. Yeah, you can't deny the information that we. No, you can't. Regardless of how it come across. Yeah, like you can't. Yeah, go ahead. So, but yeah, man. So it's like, I realized that that I don't know, that maybe this might be my line, I don't know, but like I realized that people are because of really me wanting to dive more into that spiritual side and really be like better spiritually.
Right.
And really be able to kind of, you know, marry the two of spiritual and business.
Right.
It's kind of, you know, morphing into something a little bit unexpected.
Oh man.
You know? So man, just it's just at the end of the day, man, like I said it before, I say it again. Just you gotta marry what you do with, you know, what you like to do.
That's nuts, man. It reminded me of something your homie said, Shan. He said,
I received that. You know, he wasn't really my homie, but you know, I just, you know, one day.
You put me on Shan.
Yeah, he got some good stuff, man.
Yeah, but he said something to the extent that everybody should podcast because it helps you with your communication. And communication is pretty much rule the nation, man.
Yeah.
You know, being a communicator, it creates influence. You know what I mean? And like you say, it's pretty much your resume. You putting your resume out there. People know who you are, like, without you even meeting them, you know? So, like, we just met my brother. You just met my brother. Not knowing you just met him for the first time.
Right.
I know I be talking about y'all, you know, like, you know, listen to his music, and he probably watched the pod.
Right.
But he be like, yeah, I know, bro.
Yeah.
From the pod.
Because like I said, like, it was my first time meeting him, but he was like, no, we ain't never met for real. Like, I'm like, dang, we never met. Like,
that's crazy.
It felt like I met him before though, you know. Right. It felt like, you know. So hopefully come to the crib later on, but yeah,
and chop it up.
Yeah, chop it up
and get some new music, man. But that's the thing about doing stuff like in purpose. And bro, for me, again, I knew that I was a B player, number 2 or whatever. But I knew that I had like I knew that, you know, God has given me like this spiritual gift of wisdom, knowledge, and all this. And I knew that I needed to use my gifts to touch people, you know, but I never really been the type to think of myself as being the forefront of a path. Because if you think about the stuff that I did, like, I was a manager. Speaking of my brothers, like, managing them, like, behind the scenes, pushing them, showing their talents.
Yep.
You know, or anything I do, it's about pushing somebody else. But this right here is about, like, you and I. You know what I mean? Like, we're at the forefront. And like, even when I go to Walmart, I met somebody and they was like, bro, I see you podcasting. I see you found your thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I didn't even know you saw the
right.
Bro, like, I didn't know, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's that type of thing, man. But I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving what we do. It's tough. It's tough. But because I love it, I would not quit. You know what I mean? And
that's the piece.
Right.
That's the piece, right?
Right.
Because you love it,
right,
you won't quit.
I won't.
And that's where, like, everybody needs to get to.
Right.
Do something you love, because when you do something you love, you don't feel like you're working.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and you won't quit on it because, like, you enjoy the game.
Right.
At that point, you enjoy the game.
Right.
So it's like, again, it's like they gotta carry you out of here.
They got
to be like, they got to lock these doors and you can't come back, right? Like, it's gonna have to be like, you know, a big thing, right? Because, like, otherwise, like, why would you ever stop?
They're gonna have to take my cell phone away.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we got cell phones we could do.
Yeah.
It's 100%. It's a lot they're gonna have to do, man. But yeah, like, my advice is to, and I want to talk about too, even if you're in your career, I think, just like they say, sharpening the axe for 4 hours just to cut down a tree in an hour or something like that, right?
Yep.
I think that searching for your calling, your purpose, I believe that should be at the forefront of everybody's mind. Who did God call you to be? Or who is he calling? What is your spiritual name? What is he calling you? You know what I mean? And I think once we are in tune with that, and whatever we touch, we will find ourselves, you know, because we know our purpose, we'll find ourselves making a difference, making a change, because we know our purpose and we're connected to it. And, you know, we're connected to a source that's abundant. we won't lose because we're connected to a source that we can't dry out, or something like that. So yeah, got anything?
I don't know if I got anything else. I just really want to keep reiterating the point.
Yeah.
Like, because I followed my heart and I became who I needed to become, or I put myself in a position to work at places that allow me to be able to continue to develop myself to who I'm going to become.
Right.
It's allowed me to have more doors open in other places that again, this podcast would never came about if I would have just went and worked at the base doing something with computers.
Right.
When my wife was putting that pressure on me to you know what I'm saying? So
right.
it's just super important, man, that
you said something important.
That you gotta go out there. You gotta do things that's in line with what you want to do.
Just purpose over passion.
Purpose over passion?
Yeah.
What you mean? I don't know if I agree with that one.
Hey, look, we was cooking. He was like, what? Wait. You're going too far there. You remember what I was saying? Don't let anybody else's passion interfere with your purpose.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? Because,
okay,
you're going to have pressures, outside pressures. Either your parents, your spouse, or whatever. You're going to have outside. You need to find something else.
Yeah.
You need to stay in line with your purpose. You need to stay in line with your calling.
I would say it a different way.
How would you say it?
I would say purpose over pressure.
I like that.
Because nobody else's pressure or whatever pressure you feel in life should affect what your purpose is and what you're pursuing.
I like that. A
lot of P's in this.
Hey man, we're pushing P out here today.
Pushing P. That's the name of the episode. Pushing P. Purpose, passion. Don't let pressure push you. Pushing P.
We pushing P today, man. We pushing P today. For real. That's what we're doing, man. But I feel like it's just so much to say on this, but I ain't got the words, bro.
Yeah, we said what we need to say.
Dang.
Hopefully somebody takes this information and they apply it and they get in alignment. Right? Because you know what you want to do.
Right.
You know exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
So while you playing around, right? Go ahead and transition yourself, transition your whole life. Sign that 360 deal.
Sign it.
Right? Go ahead and get yourself into a position to where everything that you do revolves around this one purposeful thing and that's who you're becoming and who you are.
That's true.
Period.
You got
another P.
You got to pushing P, man. You got to become the person, man. Know your calling, know your name. Okay. You know what? I said something that really ministered to me. Connect to that source, that abundant life, man. You'll never run out, man. Just connect to it.
Yep.
I would put more energy in finding that well than trying to do anything else.
I love how you bring it back to God. That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
That's what it's all about. Man.
Connect to that source. You will never run out, bro.
Love it. That's real,
man.
That's so real.
Yeah, that ministered to me. Thank you, Jesus.
Pushing P, pastor. Let's go.
Man, you know what else though, bro? They need to start writing stuff down.
Yep, 100%.
They need to start writing stuff down. Make sure y'all go ahead and get that. What am I doing right journal, man? What am I doing? WRITE right journal on Amazon. And like this video, share this video, hit the bell. Hit the bell, man. I think we're done. Let's get this info out of it. We're good? Good. All right, man.
Keep the head up, cause you concerned about it. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about him. Going hard for the game, short.